So, guess what I just picked up? Totally didn't show this off at all at any point in the LP, but whatever. It has been claimed there are no stars around it, because I had to keep reloading a stupid save state just to get this thing in the ball. Just because it kept pissing me off by it pretty much just fucked with my feelings for the most part. I've been tracking it on the 4-route strip that goes from Lavender Town to Fuchsia City. That's routes 12 through 15. And the problem with this is that, like, normally you'd like to have a bunch of different routes that you could go across like this, so that it gives you more options to go into, like, when you're trying to catch the thing. Let me just go ahead and throw a save here and reset, because, like with most other save states, when I frickin' reload the damn thing, it gives me a black screen, which is only fixed by resetting. Not that it matters, because if I lose the segment now, I'm just gonna have to keep trying to catch this stupid Latios, but, it kept going around in the routes, like, it was in a situation where it was in the route right next to me, so obviously moving into that route would just make him move somewhere else. And if he was in an area that was adjacent to one of the routes that I could have gone into, he, about 90% of the time, moves into a different route, or just fucks off over to the other side of the region. He likes that little western end of the region, round about where Mount Silver is, the road up towards Victory Road and sort of Viridian City, that sort of area. It just sort of pissed me off, and I bet you anything if I went and started exploring over there, he'd probably have just taken off over to the fucking other side of the region just to piss me off, but he's not pissing me off anymore because I now have him. And I'm just going to go ahead and add him to the party here because I need to show this guy off to Steven. This is one of the steps that I will need to take in order to get the other 2 Hoenn starters off him, because apparently just showing him straight up without catching the Latios is not good enough. You got to go and catch some legendaries in order to get these stupid starters, so whatever. I have the Latios in tow now. Oh, well that's freaking lovely. No, but it is most certainly a freaking Latios. So, I don't know, you could have just acknowledged that, but oh well. I kind of thought I had to get both of the members of the Eon duo here just to get the Hoenn starters, but I'll take this. So, put the Mudkip up the front, and now we can finally get our hands on the stupid Trico and the stupid Torchic. Except I can't, because I forgot to frickin' shore up some bloody space in my PC. Shore up some space. I don't even know what the hell that phrase even means or anything like that, but whatever. Can we just have our things? Yes. Thank you. That's quite lovely. Level 10, holding Oran berries. That sounds about right. Stop clicking on give. For God's sake. My brain sucks. Bashful is neutral. Mild is decent. You can give it Leaf Storm. I'll take it. It's not too bad. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so I'm not too sure what the go is with that. I guess just the flag triggers when you catch the Latios or something like that. I'm not 100% sure how the way that works out. Before I move on, I picked up another Pineco in Ilex Forest because I found out you can't find foragers in the wild. So I evolved this thing. Picked up a Mad Cargo on Route 18, so now you know about those. And 249, 50, 51, 52, 55, 58. I could evolve these. I'm not going to. The reason for that is because I actually did go and evolve my Kanto starters as well as my Hoenn starters once, no, my Johto starters even. And the problem with this is that it's gotten a bunch of my Pokemon up to some really ridiculously high levels. Like Kaiser is my strongest now, and it's pushing 70. And unfortunately, where I was grinding, there were a fair few Chanseys, so I couldn't really use Rotom to its fullest extent, because Chansey would just sponge anything that it threw at it. So, now I think, obviously we'll just move this in here. Is there a nice little spot for me to pop him in? Nah, because I'm pretty sure that's Latias right there. But I gotta take it out anyway, because I gotta show it off to him. Put you... No, I don't want to give you an item. This is a bit, just sort of rambly and sort of trudging along at the moment, but, uh-oh. Yeah. Okay, so he gives you the Enigma Stone. This is another event item that was handed out in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Unlike the Lock Capsule, this one actually was handed out. And what you would do is you would take it, actually take it to Pewter City. And you give it to someone and they take all the bloody excess random crap off it. And it would be revealed to be a Soul Dew. And from there, once you walk out, you just suddenly come across the other Lati twin that's not roaming in your game. So in this case, it'd be Latias. And in Heart Gold would obviously be Latios. And then from there, you'd just be sort of like, here you go, have a go. Just catch it. It's not going to run away from you, it just wants to fight. Because you've got Soul Dew. And it's sort of... I mean, those things sort of get like a bit of a boner when they see a Soul Dew. Not that I blame them for it, because it gives them a nice juicy little power boost. But, yeah. Also, I should probably show off the Enigma Stone in the thing here. Yeah, it's just some weird blue orb with a bunch of rocks surrounding it. So, we want to go ahead and take this to the Goldenrod Archaeology Center or whatever. I think we've got to talk to this guy. Yep. I don't know why they sent it over here for whatever reason, but you just kind of got to take it here. Weird sounds. Not too sure what the go is with that. So yeah, turns it into the Soul Dew, and then from here we can go ahead back into the Kanto region and go after Latias. Which thankfully is not a roamer in this game. It would be very, very annoying if it was, considering how much of an arduous task it was to get my hands on Latios just a bit before. So our next port of call is... I should probably have a look, actually. Special event guide. Where are you? I'll do... Okay, we just have to go straight here and then talk to the random plaque on the patch of land that's not had anything done to it in 20 years. Okay. My memory serves me correctly, I don't think Latias is a very high level. So I may just need to, like, have something weak to just sort of whittle at it. I've got my Flareon with me for quick attack, but I might not be able to do enough damage. It might be a bit of a shitty situation, so I think I actually will just quickly go back and pick Tropius back up. Tropius might not be a terrible idea for this. Turbo Drum's been given the shaft a little bit here. I'm pretty sure I said in the previous segment that I was going to go and do the Saffron Gym. Obviously, I want to try to break up these gym segments a little bit, so I'm just going to sort of be putting that off for this segment. And I'm just going to go after a few legendaries and tie up a couple loose ends. Took me like 9 minutes to explain what the hell we were doing in this segment, but whatever. Throw the save state. I believe if we just sort of talk to this. The Spearth EO. Okay, whatever. But... Okay. Well, I've only one chance challenge, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm about as ready as I'm going to be. I've got about 29 Premier Balls, though, so I'm not too sure how I'm going to be dealing with that. There's going to be a point where I'm going to have to cut until I have, like, 100 Premier Balls, because I also plan on catching Suicune and Ho-Oh in this segment, so I've got to make sure I've got enough balls to catch those with. So let's try the quick attack. That is just barely a 2KO. It's still a 2KO, but it's just barely a 2KO. Unless RNG is nice to me, I'll throw a save state here. No, not quite enough. Alright. In that case, send in the Tropius. Hopefully this thing doesn't kick ass too much. Might have to put this thing to sleep, actually, because it's just occurred to me that this thing's got refresh. There's Mist Ball. There's its signature move, which does a fair amount of damage. Ugh. Don't hit me again. Okay, Water Sport. I don't know why this thing has Water Sport, but whatever. Nice crit. Brings it down to the tiniest little sliver left. So, I think we're going to go with the sleep strategy here, because Refresh will just get rid of Paralysis, and I'm going to have to freaking put it back on anyway. And I figured I might as well go for the stat that gives me a better shot at catching this thing. So, let's hopefully not use too many Premier Balls, because that means more time wasted buying them down at the Pokemart. And of course the first one immediately breaks out. I don't think that comes as much of a surprise. Oh, these things are freaking arse to catch in Pixelmon, because they fly so high above the freaking air. You pretty much have to be lucky and hope that it spawns at a low enough altitude that you can either, like, that you can just sort of hit it with one of your thrown balls, like to engage it in battle. I think I did see it once where it was literally like hovering just above the surface of the water. I don't think I caught it though, because I think I had like 2 or 3 of them at the time already. But that's nowhere near as assholish as her brother though, because they both show up at level 70. Latios is annoying to catch, as you might expect it to be with a catch rate of 3, but I can guarantee you Latios is far, far worse, and the reason for that is because level 70 Latios and Pixelmon just so happen to have Memento. I think I've mentioned how much of an asshole Memento has been in the past in this playthrough, but just to repeat it here for anybody who's, I don't know, who hasn't actually paid much attention to that. Memento is a move that drops the opponent's special attack by 2 points, 2 stages even, in the cost of the user's own life. So, should you come across like a shiny Litwick in the Lost Hotel in Pokemon X or something like that, you probably would want to use the Master Ball on it just to ensure that you catch it, as opposed to just letting the damn thing kill itself and you just crying your way into oblivion. Speaking of losing shinies, I've had a few dreams recently where I actually lose out on a shiny. It's been kind of disturbing, really. I've not actually missed out on any shinies since the Marlback and Diamond, thankfully. There was that bloody scare with the frickin' Regirock earlier in this playthrough. I remember that one very fucking well, because that was an asshole of a thing. I was actually thankful that I had a few friends on Discord that were able to pick it out and tell me, okay, no, that's just the thing from this. And the fact that those little animations and stuff like that are happening means that reloading this save state has not actually screwed up the black screen or anything like that. So that's quite nice. So there you go. It just woke up and used Refresh. That would have been a similar situation if I had paralyzed it, and I would have had to inflict the status anyway. So that's why I'm just sticking with the sleep here. I'm going to go ahead and speed up here, because there's not much point in just sort of sitting around and making me ramble on about random crap. So every now and then I just hit this thing with a Hypnosis when it wakes up. Keep throwing balls until I either run out or it struggles itself into the middle of next week. Also, I like how I just failed to pay attention to the fact that this thing had a Moken. I don't know. I had to make that as stupid as I possibly could. How many balls left? Well, there goes the Ball Bat. Trapchic's not going to die to Mist Ball, though, thankfully, because Mr. Ball is a psychic move. I got 5 balls left. 2, 1. Go to sleep. You're going to get in the ball. Nope. Alright. Gonna go ahead and reset this, and I will cut back once I have nabbed this thing, I guess. No, this thing can get fucked. Fuck off. I'm not having another fucking bar of that. I've spent 10 fucking minutes on the damn thing, and towards the end of those attempts, not only did the fucking thing wake up on a consistent basis at the very first opportunity it was given, not surprising, but this stupid fucking thing kept fucking consistently missing 3 times in a row with fucking sleep powder. A lot of those attempts I had to use a fucking max ether because I ran out of sleep powders before I ran out of balls. That's some fucking horse shit. I'm not having another fucking bar of it. I'm just going... Okay. I'm just going to sort of show off the other 2 legendaries. And the way... So the way that this is going to work, I'm just going to show off the other 2 legendaries. I'm just going to do a little bit of, loose end tying up thing. Which reminds me, I should probably bring up that special event guide so I know where I can find the plates. Because I'm not too sure how many of them I can actually get my hands on. So I'll sort of just bring this up a little bit. And then, if I succeed in catching these other 2, then fair play. If I don't, then I'm just going to catch them all off screen and show them all off in the next segment. Because if it's going to end up like that Latias, it's going to fucking piss me off to no end. And I'm not having a fucking bar of that. So, there you go. You now have a salty LP that you get to listen to because that was fucking arduous. And I'm not going to fly because I don't really feel like it. So we're going to go all the way up to Cerulean Cape. Up on Route 25. And what we are going to do is, once we've actually gone through this stupid fucking tunnel and whatnot, and picked up whatever this is, protein, okay, whatever. There's Suicune, and there is no other place for it to go. So I'm going to go ahead and, well, I'll go up here. So you're about to enter epic confrontation, but Yusin's just like, no. No, I'm just going to make a cutscene occur here. Because, there you go. So, there you go. Now we'll throw the save state. And pray to God that this is going to succeed. Have at least some level of success. Because the thing with catching legendaries is that the only way you can actually succeed is by catching them. It's basically how this works out. So, I'm not too sure how this thing is faring in regards to defenses. I'm going to throw a Flare Blitz at it. It's my best move, but it does resist it. And I reckon it'll take it here. Yeah, that's right about where I'm actually looking for it there. So, it's got Gust, which Traptrix isn't going to worry too much about Gust. I'm not too sure if this thing's got an Ice move or not. Bulbat's the best indicator of this. Yeah, it's probably got Aurora Beam or something. Alright, I'll just have to put it to sleep. And I'm not going to do any of this slow-ass freaking throwing balls. I'm just going to freaking stay sped up and just keep throwing balls. That's basically how this is going to go down. Yeah, there's the Aurora Beam, as I figured as much. I think that's the first time Bulbat's missed with Hypnosis in this segment. Goes to show you how valuable that wide lens is. So, yeah, I'm not going to lie. I was surprised that it only took me a few balls to catch Suicune. It didn't seem like that, but I am. I just kind of figured that having fucked off away from Latias, I'll have just come across one of the other legendaries and just sort of nabbed it immediately. And so as a result, this thing only took me 7 balls to catch. Only all the legendaries took 7 balls to catch. Fucking Latias. I'm not going to shut up about that Latias until I've caught it. But I'm still pissed off at that thing. Way too pissed off at that thing to go anywhere near the fucking thing. So I'm just going to go ahead and piss off over to the Johto region. So that I can go and finally pick up Ho-Oh, which will then allow me to go into that one random freaking back room. And that'll allow me to get the other 2 unknown and then get the reward for getting that. Okay, so there is actually one other place I need to go to before I do that. I'm just going to quickly go and do this. The Destiny Knot that I picked up on the way to the Elite Four actually does have one other use in this hack. And it's in here. There's just this random person. Makes you an awesome belt if you give her 15 Pokeballs and a Destiny Knot. We'll go ahead and say yes. And it didn't work. And she pisses off. But she drops you the Dread Plate. So the investment of the Destiny Knot and 15 Pokeballs was actually well worth it. So there's that out of the way. Let me have a look at this list. I know where the Flame Plate is. I can't get the Splash Plate yet. I actually can get the Icicle Plate. And I might as well show off how you get this. Because if you go over to Goldenrod and you talk to Cynthia with the red chain in your inventory, yeah, she will take you to the Sinjay Ruins, which is this place. This place is only accessible in the original Heart Gold and Soul Silver if you have an event Arceus with you. A random schmuck in the Ruins of Alph will just sort of take you there. Now, oh, there it is. Random little, just, you can see it from this angle, just this little off-white patch there. If you interact with it, then you will get the Icicle Plate. I could have quite easily just waited until I was ready to come here anyway, and picked up the Icicle Plate anyway, but whatever, I figured I might as well get it out of the way first. Might as well take a quick peek in Sinjay Ruins. I'm going to save state in case I get, like, forced into some shit here, but since you have the red chain, you can enter this mystery stage. Yeah. It lets you catch the Lake Trio, which I'm not going to be doing. The Lake Trio is not going to be a thing until pretty much towards the end of the playthrough, because this is the last location that you have to be in order to... Yeah, that's the last place that you have to be in order to catch Arceus. That's where you fight Arceus. But you will also get the Lake Trio there, and you will also get the Creation Trio in the form of Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina. That's all going to be in like one epic segment to finish the LP, but obviously we've still got a whole lot of shit that needs to be done there. Let me just quickly check and see if there's any other plates that I can get. There's Sky and Earth. Okay, looks like the only one we've got left to grab is the Flame Plate. So let's go ahead and fly over to Ecruteak. I imagine I will need my full team for this one, because unlike the last couple of legendaries we fought, Ho-Oh is in fact going to be at level 70, so all this grinding makes it so that Sacrifice is not going to do quite as much damage to us. But just random monastery of some variety. And in order to get in here, you need the Ecruteak Gym Badge, or else the guy will just sort of block you. But, who do I want to lead with? Because I'm pretty sure once I go up here, there is... Okay, I thought there were going to be some trainers. Oh well, that's fine. Random patch of dirt on the way to the bell tower, and it will unyield the Flame Plate. Unyield. I don't even know if that's an actual word, but whatever. And Flamethrower TM, which would be nice, except I don't think I have anything on my team that would actually benefit from Flamethrower. Doesn't hurt to check it out. Yeah, the only other team that can get it is Floofin, but it's a special move, so we're just going to go ahead and say no to that. This schmuck says... Okay, I was going to say that schmuck says, no, you can't go up, but no, I've got the Rainbow Wing, which means I am more than qualified in order to go up here, find some random wild Pokemon. I'm not even sure what you can find here. I don't think there's anything here, though, that I don't already have. So I'm just going to go ahead and Super Repel, and if it turns out there is something that I don't already have here, then I'll just show it off next segment with all the other shit that I catch. But yeah, this place can be absolute freaking hell to navigate because of all these stupid little freaking jump ramps and shit like that. And this is the easy part. I just need to remind people that this is the easy part. The hard part comes up a little bit later on, because then that's going to start to involve freaking teleporters and shit, and then you're really up shit creek there. Thankfully, though, this is quite well and truly doable. Unlike in Crystal Kaizo, another little complaint with that is that the Tin Tower in that game is next to impossible to navigate. And it's not just because of the freaking teleporters, it's just there are so many different directions that you can go, and there's only like a few freaking ladders on each floor, and I think only one of them is actually like the correct one that you need to take. So there's a definite path, but it is not at all obvious. And it was absolute freaking arse to go through that. It took me about an hour just to get through the damn thing, even with save states. Because I had to just go through each area as systematically as I possibly could. And even then, I still kept getting lost. That just goes to show how terrible this freaking tower is in that game. And to make matters worse, I'll explain this when I actually get up to her. I'm surprised I didn't mention it against when I was trying to catch Logia, actually. Because it was freaking arse in that as well. Shit. Yeah. I'm even finding it difficult to navigate in this version. That should give you a fair idea about how much of an asshole this is to traverse. Which means if you're playing gold, you're going to end up having to go through this area first. And Wild Islands is... Wild Islands is not easy to get through either. But it's a hell of a lot easier than this, in my honest opinion. I also could have sworn there were some hidden items here. I guess they're not until a little bit higher up in the tower. Speaking of which, we are climbing ever so higher. And now here come the teleport pads. If my memory serves me correctly, I think the teleport pad right there on that isolated spot is where I want to be. I would like to try to explore as much of this place as I possibly can, though. Because once I'm done with this, I'm done with the segment, so... okay, probably didn't want to go in that direction, but we'll see what happens here. Oh, okay. Well, that wasn't that difficult to reach, but obviously didn't get me to the location I wanted to, so... is there a way I can get up there? No, that looks like I'm going to have to teleport. Yeah, this is actually where I want to be, because that takes me up to the top floor where Ho-Oh is. Alright. In that case, it's just now a matter of trial and error trying to find a bunch of different teleporters and seeing if they work out for me. I believe I want to go in this direction, just sort of like this to get here, which nets me to nothing more than an item. It is a nugget, though, so that's a nice little bit of cash stack. Because it's just occurred to me, I'm going to need a shitload of cash stack in order to get in order to get Premier Balls to catch all the other legendaries with, because I imagine that not all of them from here on out are going to take only 7 balls to catch. It shouldn't come as any sort of surprise to anybody, so... yeah, that's going to be an arsehole to get through. Okay, so this does that, and I guess I just have these... I guess the only other direction I can go from here is this one. And then I can grab that item, do that. There's that, which lets me get this item. And then this should actually take me to... there we go. Takes me to the ladder, takes me up here, and then I go down up here, and then it takes me up to the top floor. And there's not going to be any sort of epic cutscene. You just sort of find Ho-Oh up here, just normally. Okay. Save state in slot 4. Suppose I should probably work out who I'm using. Shabba Jump's a good shout, actually. Thunderbolt can do a decent amount of damage to this thing. I'm just hoping that this thing doesn't have recover or anything like that, because this is going to be an absolute arse if it is. But like with Suicune, even, if I fail this first attempt, I'm just going to go ahead and catch it off screen, and then show it off in the next segment. Either that, or I might just, like, go after them, catch them, and then if the, and then just maybe, like, a record little bit I can tack onto the end. But, here we go. We have that epic chicken. And if you are at this point in Crystal Kaizo, having finally navigated that absolute arse of a fucking tin tower, and you're about to engage in an epic war against this frickin' Ho-Oh, it's gonna take like 25 billion turns and then you'll eventually get it on your last ball. I can guarantee you right now that that's not going to be happening. And I'm going to tell you why right now. In Crystal Kaizo, this thing, as well as Lugia, have both Whirlwind and Roar. That equates to a 50% chance each turn of Ho-Oh just forcing you out and ending the battle immediately. I'll tell you something right now. If you catch this thing or Lugia in a regular Pokeball in Crystal Kaizo, you deserve to be given the title of God of Pokemon. Without any question, as clear as day, no fucking debating about it. And I don't think you need any more of a reason as to why. This thing can just get absolutely fucked in Crystal Kaizo. That's it. End of story. That should be... that. I don't think that's 2 KO. Oh. That's good. It's good stuff. Now, let's just pray to God this thing doesn't have recover. It does have safeguard though, which kind of ruins my tilt at getting this thing paralyzed, but whatever. Guess I just have to keep throwing balls at this thing. That's 3 straight immediate breakouts, make it 4. Okay, so this thing actually outspeeds Turbo Drum. That's really bad, especially if I go for the... like, if the safeguard wears out, my first reaction is going to be to paralyze this damn thing, but as you can tell there, the fact that it outsped me means that it could put up a safeguard before I'm able to put the damn thing to frickin'... before I'm able to put paralysis on this thing. So I've got to try to keep a close eye on the safeguard here. Okay, yeah, that was... I didn't exactly take into consideration the fact that it could actually kill me with that hit. Max Revive, go. Okay, that's Death Fodder, I guess. Okay, take that. Thunder Wave. Okay, we're about good. Right, 15 balls. And if we're lucky enough, this thing is going to go into one of these balls. I remember catching Ho-Oh in a Premier Ball in... oh, I'm not sure if it was a Premier Ball or a Pokeball. In, like, Heart Gold or Soul Silver, I can't quite remember. But I do remember it being absolute freaking arse to catch. So, yeah, I've had some pretty annoying history when it comes to trying to catch freaking Ho-Oh. So, there you go. I've just run out of Premier Balls. So, I will, at some point between now and the start of the next segment, pick this thing up off screen. I'll pick the Latios up off screen. And then we will finally be getting onward to Sabrina's gym and possibly messing around in some of the newly unlocked routes and stuff like that. I'm hoping I can get through to Seafoam Islands and that sort of area once I've actually unlocked Saffron City. So, until then, wish me luck trying to fucking nab this stupid thing. This is going to be fucking arse. I will see you next time. And might as well tack this on to the end. Yeah, this thing was freaking arduous as all shit. But I finally have the freaking Phoenix. We have been met with some level of success. Of course, gotta freaking have the black screen when we come back. But there you go. I now have free reign to go after the freaking last 2 unknown forms now. Let me go ahead and use the freaking escape rubber. Oh god. I can use it here, right? Okay, that works, I suppose. Go and throw in the save. Reset this stupid thing. Alright, that's better. Oh, it takes me out here as well. Doesn't even take me to Bell Charm Trail, it just takes me straight out here. That's cool, I guess. I should probably bring a couple more of those in case I get lost in other caves. But there you go, holding the Sacred Ash as usual. Not too sure if I'm also going to be adding the Latias capture to the end of this. I probably will. But, yeah, you'll end up finding that out whenever. Fuck you too, Latias. I have the last fucking laugh on this occasion. Thank fucking Christ that is all over. How many freaking Premier Balls have I got left? 14. I had to go up to about 31, and as you can tell, I've got 300 Pokeballs now. Just to freaking pick that one up, because I ended up with like 12 left once I finished catching Ho-Oh. But, I do believe that is all 4 of the legendaries for this segment. So, I do believe that next time I will be starting out in the Ruins of Alph, doing the stuff there, then going over to Sabrina's gym, and then probably determining what's going to happen once I've knocked that gym over, depending on how much time I've spent in the segment. So that's what you have to look forward to next time. So I will see you then.